Well, I wish I would have paid attention to when Season 2 Reloaded was going live because I feel like an idiot. I thought the update was going live on the evening of the 15th and then the morning of the 16th, the actual Season 2 Reloaded would launch, but I was wrong, and so I uploaded a, class setup video, like a stealthy flanking class setup video for you guys, and it is now performing terribly because it literally came out right when everybody was downloading all the Season 2 stuff and watching Season 2 content. And I uploaded a here's how to make an M4 flanking class video, which might have done well if people were bored, but nobody was bored because everyone was learning about the new content. I'm annoyed. I shouldn't have done that. I should have paid better attention. If you guys want to go check that out, it is gonna be linked at the end of this video, and this video is gonna be very, very short. Now, when it comes to Season 2 Reloaded, I have not played everything. I obviously have not done the raid, and I did not play All or Nothing or One in the Chamber, but I did play Drop Zone, I did play the new map, and I did unlock and level up the Tempest Torrent. So let's talk about that, as well as some of the stuff in the patch notes. So first things first, the new map is a giant breath of fresh air. It is a very large map, but I don't think it's too large. It's comparable to Tarak, Ellis Silo, and Museum, but it is not humongous, like Stonehaven levels of my enemies are pixels at the end of the screen. It's really not that bad. It's not that, don't believe the hate boners people have for maps that are a little bit larger. It's a very large map, but mostly due to its complexity, not its overall size and range. So let me just explain this. There's a lot of staircases and doorways and windows and mantling spots, and there's a lot. Now, most of the power positions that you're gonna see are able to be shot through. They're giant windows, they're thin walls, there's a lot of openness to them, there's a lot of flank routes to them. There isn't really a camping meta on this map, even though there's lots of little positions for rats to hide. It's gonna be a very ratty map in those really bad matches of like TDM, where you get enemies that are specifically trying to just not be seen. They're trying to annoy you, they're trying to play like rats. That's really annoying. I recommend having a spotter class ready for those types of matches on this map because trolls are gonna troll, rats are gonna rat, and I am going to kill them. After I rage like 12 times dying from claymores. Either way, what I'm saying is I'm against those matches, but I'm not gonna hold douchey players against this map. I think this map is a breath of fresh air, like I said. Its aesthetic and design and size is refreshing in this game. It really does feel like a DLC Call of Duty map from yesteryear where it's just a completely different tone than the rest of the maps in the mix. Like, this isn't just more dusty evening drawl that we were kind of used to in this game. This map's got some color, some pop. It honestly kind of feels and looks like a Black Ops 2 map in terms of its overall aesthetic, or an Advanced Warfare map. It's a very pretty environment, and I think it works really well for objective game modes. But I will say the issue is there's so many doorways, and it's not the doors that bother me, it's just how many entrance points there are to like any room in particular. So if you see a red dot on the minimap outside the room you're in, they're gonna have like 6 different ways to enter, and that gets old really fast. Hopefully people will start to stumble into more of a predictable rhythm. Obviously the map is new and people are new at it, so I'm not gonna hold it against them too much. But yeah, there are some times I wanted to pull my hair out and scream, and there was a couple times on stream I'm pretty sure I absolutely did. I will say, however, I don't really have a lot of patience for this map's too big. If you hate big maps, go into the small map playlist, go play 10v10. If you don't want 6v6 on a larger map, you have tons of other options. Go play ranked if you want something that's more uniform and predictable. I really don't want to hear it. Call of Duty was just so good at providing variety back in the day, and I like that Infinity Ward keeps that alive. Hell, I like that Vanguard kept that alive. Having some messy, complicated, larger maps in the mix of your maps means that your play session is more varied because there's more variety happening. Now, is it a good, well-designed map? That is up for debate. I will say they definitely traded, their balance for versatility. So it's a more versatile, variety-filled map, but it's not as balanced. That's what you do when you make a larger map. So, I don't know. I grew up playing maps like Estate and Derailed and Villa, maps that are, I think, now considered to be a little too large. I mean, I liked Drone and Turbine in Black Ops 2. I liked Gustav Cannon in COD World War II. So please feel free to discount my entire opinion and go about your day. So when it comes to the Tempest Torrent, I'm gonna be really brief here. It doesn't fit any role and I was very frustrated using it. I have a full Tempest Torrent review I'm going to be working on for tomorrow, so stay tuned for that, because I would love to talk about it in a video but it's going to take like 10 minutes for me to rant about how fucking annoying this thing is, so please stay tuned for that video. I will say right now, it doesn't really seem to fit a role, and even though it looks cool, it sounds cool, it is satisfying to use, it's not an unusable weapon. I did find myself starting to ask that dreaded question that I hate asking about a gun in a COD game. Why the hell would I use you? Is the words that kept leaving my mouth. And we'll get into that in my Tempest Torrent review. More importantly about Season 2 Reloaded here, let's talk about some of the patch note things. First things first, they did not fix the suppressor and ghost bugs, so unfortunately, using a suppressor still deactivates your ghost perk because, whoops, go to hell. That's really annoying, but they did nerf the KV broadside, they reduced lower torso damage, they reduced damage ranges, and they reduced close range damage. They fixed the Dragon's Breath ammo, that's pretty great. The broadside is still an annoying skillless spam cannon that is going to make me annoyed every time I die by it, but at least I know that it's not broken, it's just annoying. And when have we ever been able to stop COD developers from putting in annoying semi-auto skillless spam cannons? We just can't avoid that. The really cool things in the patch notes, I'm not going to read all of these to you because you guys can go read the patch notes yourself, but the big thing I'm excited about is that they removed a lot of penalties from ammunition types. So hollow point rounds no longer hurt your velocity, frangible rounds no longer hurt your damage range, and the healing delay timer is now going to start at the last bullet's impact, so it lengthens the overall delay on a player. Then, overpressurized rounds no longer hurt your recoil, and it increases the flinch put on enemies. That's pretty great. Then the 12 gauge Dragon's Breath has reduced residual damage while burning, so also good. So Dragon's Breath has been nerfed, and all the other ammo types seem to have received a buff or just a lack of a nerf. Like now I might use hollow point rounds because they're not hurting my bullet velocity. I might run overpressurized rounds even more because they're more effective and they're not hurting my gun as much. Also, they reduced the flinch you receive when using no stock, and they removed movement penalties from grenade launchers. They added recoil control bonuses to underbarrel grenade and shotgun launchers, and added one extra minimum stock to grenade launchers. They made grenade launchers weigh your gun down and help with recoil, and then they removed the movement penalty, which is funny. They apparently they weigh enough to help with recoil, but not enough to make you slower, whatever. And then they gave you an extra grenade for your grenade launcher. So underbarrel grenade launchers are better now, and I'm gonna be using them a lot more. I have one annoying little thing here. They reduced the recenter speed for flinch, so now your flinch is worse. Don't know why they would do this. And then they increased the flinch on ARs, SMGs, LMGs, and shotguns. Yeah, so I don't know what this means. The flinch received from using the weapons, or the flinch given to people by using those weapons? I have no idea. It doesn't say increase to flinch received or flinch provided. It just is like increase to flinch. So I hope it means that you flinch a bit more, because if they just wrote here that a shotgun or an LMG is going to be causing more flinch, I would rather take my entire microphone and put it in my mouth. What's also great is that the ADS penalty is reduced on all underbarrel grips, reduced movement speed penalty for all vertical grips, and then for muzzle attachments, breachers have reduced ADS penalty and added hip movement speed buff, and then flash hiders have reduced ADS penalty. Then hollow sights have reduced ADS penalties, they have no more movement penalties, and then they reduce the aim down sight and movement penalties from thermal, hybrid, and variable zoom optics, and they reduced the ADS penalty on shotgun scopes. Kind of fun. Anyway, that's pretty much everything from the patch notes I wanted to cover. The patch notes are very long, and I recommend you go and read them. The Season 2 Reloaded patch notes are up on the Call of Duty website, but I will say those are the things that definitely jumped out to me as worth mentioning. The last thing I'm gonna say is Drop Zone is a kick in the pants to have back. I absolutely love Drop Zone as a sort of casual PvP mode, and I hope it stays around for a very long time. So I wanted this video to be about half this length, but that's all right. I guess it's whatever. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to this point in the video, I really appreciate it. Hit the bell icon and the like button and the subscribe button. The description has a donate button. You could leave a super thanks on this video as a little token of appreciation You did get to hear an opinion about a COD game. So if that's not worth at least $35.78, I don't know what is. Anyway, I'll see you when I see you guys. Goodbye.